So George, I can't have you sitting here without asking you a couple questions about the broader investing world. Where in the cycle are we? This recovery feels a little long in the tooth. How are you feeling about it?
Well, that's a conventional wisdom, and in my experience, when there's conventional wisdom, it's wrong. So I think there's a lot of room still to go. I don't think it's really been felt yet what this tax change and cut has done. I had a breakfast with a friend of mine today that had a lot of offshore companies in cash. He's bringing it all back. And not only that, but he wasn't eligible in those companies because they were offshore to get the R&D credits and everything else that he could get today. So he's turning around and using that money to grow his business and expand it, everything else. So I think that's having a big impact. I think the relaxation and a lot of rules and restrictions on business and the way that the atmosphere has changed in the country with respect to business is having a positive impact on it. I don't see any credit bubbles out there. The banks are all acting pretty responsibly. You need to have a job to get a mortgage today. So a lot of the financial angst that we've had in the past has been created by real estate, bubbles in real estate. That's not there. Mm-hmm. I think earnings are going to be pretty strong for U.S. companies. It's not just the U.S. In our portfolio, Europe's growing faster than the U.S. So, the world, there's a lot of uncertainty, a lot of noise in the world. That's always going to be the case in a global economy that we have. But the underlying fundamentals are pretty good. Barring any geopolitical issues, I think what will eventually slow our economy down is rising interest rates, and which is typically slows economies down. So it slows down housing, it slows down automobiles, durables, everything else. And I haven't seen inflation raise its ugly head yet. In many cases, companies are pretty efficient. So I'm not Pollyannish about it, but I think I think this has a way to go.
So one last question for you. Last year, you and your cousin Henry Kravis, who helped create this firm, as you said, 42 years ago, named 2 co-presidents to help run the firm. How's that going so far? You're still in charge, but you got another generation coming up.
Well, I feel great about it. First of all, Joe and Scott have been in the firm for over 20-something years. They were babies when they came to work here. Joe has been responsible for building out our Asian franchise for us, which is pretty unique, and Scott really has built out everything other than private equity we have. They're good friends, their wives are friends, their children all know each other, go to the same school. I think they have the right chemistry to make this work and be successful. And at least in our business, if you can get 2 people working together, it's not easy. But if you can do that, it's much more powerful than one. In terms of my life, it's pretty nice right now. So, I focus on 3 things. That's our people, that's our performance, and that's our strategy. And now anything that doesn't fit there, I say call Joe and Scott. So life's pretty good.